Hello, adventurers! In today's episode, we violate my privacy by rummaging through my backpack. But real quick, I do want to apologize for the release schedule lately. My work schedule got a little busy for a bit, and I had a death in the family, so that sent me back a bit. I'll try my best to get back on track here, though, as long as I can keep getting the team to record. Also, I'm trying a new thing. We record video along with the audio for these sessions, so I'll be working on making something a little bit nicer to look at over on the YouTube channel. Go to curmudgeonsanddragons.com/YouTube, give us a subscribe, and check these out. These videos are a lot less edited than the podcast, and they may take an extra few days to release after the audio format, but I think they'll offer a different experience than before. If you're watching it now and you like it, let us know and we'll keep doing it. So what kind of contraband fell out of that pocket I forgot I had? Everybody roll initiative.
Sometimes talking with friends feels like role-playing. Sometimes it feels like combat. Join us at the round table and roll initiative. This is Curmudgeons and Dragons.
All right, hello, adventurers. My name is Jason Portizo. Today I am here with Ms. Josie Diaz.
Well, hello there.
And Jim Crocker's finally back from Origins.
Yes, even though it was several weeks ago, through the magic of the internet.
No, the VIP package lets you stay there for a month and live there.
First prize is a week in Columbus. Second prize is a month in Columbus. Yeah, that's definitely.
Did they give you like premium snacks? Did you get upgraded to the premium snack package?
I mean, joking aside, Origins is a great show for food because you're kind of like, it's like a straight shot on the road to Ohio State. And so it's got a very kind of like upscale college neighborhood sort of a food thing going on. So there's actually great places.
Oh my God, every chain you could possibly want.
Well, and not just chains, but like there's a place called North Market across the street, which is like one of those like used to be a train terminal or like a big stockyard or something. And now has like 24 different little kind of food truck type kiosks in there. God, and so you can kind of get whatever you want. So as a lifetime vegetarian, yeah, it's great.
That sounds so sexy.
A great food con, yeah.
I'm planning my wedding for next year, and like I'm trying to see like, does it make financial sense to skip a caterer and just get food trucks? Because I would be 10 times happier.
So awesome. That's like such a punk nerd way to do your wedding. Oh, yeah. I think
I have some friends do exactly that, and apparently
goddamn inspired, my friend.
I hope to God that you plan your wedding at such a time where I will be able to attend.
No, I hope you plan your school schedule around such a time you can come to my wedding.
Unfortunately, I have less control over my school schedule than you do with your wedding planning.
All right, well, we'll talk about it, because if you're not there, I'm going to hold you personally responsible. So today's episode is recorded like maybe an hour before this is being released, because we kind of slacked on this one. But I had this episode idea. Yeah, of course. Not the first time. I had this idea sitting in the episode ideas queue for a while, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun. So we're going to take my backpack and dump it out and just see what's in there.
Specifically your gaming backpack.
Yeah, we don't want to know what's in your other backpack.
No, that's really just mostly snacks. Which is coincidentally a lot of what's in my gaming bag too. But no, we just started doing some IRL games again recently, and even though these games are being held in my house, my DM stuff lives in a backpack, and it's easy for me to go from DMing at my house to playing at a friend's house. And this is kind of just everything I need, both as a player and as a DM, that I can bring with me everywhere. Jim, do you have a bag like this?
Well, as we discussed, a great segue, Jason, because as we discussed before the show, coming out of the pandemic, I am looking to get back into face-to-face gaming, which I haven't done in, like 2 years, except at conventions, and I'm looking for a bag myself. And so I'm hoping that this discussion may help inform us as to what sort of
maybe I can teach you something for once, Jim.
Yeah, so like I used to own a game store, and that was where I did all my gaming. So I didn't need a backpack because like it was all right there. Yeah, exactly. Like
zero it out of inventory.
Just reach behind you and be like, let's see what I got over here.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to say I didn't do that. But like I paid for it. If I took something off the shelf and used it, it was, it didn't just go back into.
To be fair, you bought it.
I paid cost for it, but yes, I did.
Sure. Must be nice.
But yeah, so like now that I am going to be, again, now that like people are not coming to me for gaming, but I'll be going to them. I
Yeah.
need a way to bring my stuff along to. So this is a great discussion to be having right now.
So this is how I've been doing it. And this started as a player's bag. And as I got into DMing, it kind of turned into a little bit of both. So things that are useful or things that I would need to do either one, and trying to keep it efficient. So things that can do double duty. So let's start with let's
And you showing us all this stuff is going to be great radio. So
Yeah, it's going to be excellent.
we're gonna talk
So wait,
about
I
it.
have a quick question. When it comes to bags, are you like a messenger bag kind of guy, or are you a backpack guy?
Specific to this, I prefer backpacks. Because there's a lot more stuff in here. It can get a little weighty, and I need that weight spread over both shoulders.
You're not a cool kid. You don't one arm the backpack.
These are heavy.
Fair.
There's a lot of shit in here. For regular backpack stuff, I still have my courier bag from high school. And I when I play gigs and stuff, that'll come with me and like have like cables and stuff in it. But for this, I got a backpack just for it. This is a and it's gonna be weird radio because you can't see a lot of this stuff, but we'll explain it. And
we'll put links to
whatever,
everything in the show notes and stuff.
Exactly, and whatever we can, we'll put links in the show notes, and those will be affiliate links. So if you like the episode, you can help us out by using those links. The bag itself is a let's see, you can hear my bag.
The gentle scratching.
Let's see,
of
there's a
vinyl.
name on it somewhere, but it's like a military bag. A lot of extra pouches on these. A lot of like loops in the front if you want to use like carabiners for things like not only just your keys, but like a lot of like Bluetooth speakers can clip onto them. So this has like 2 huge pockets and 2 small pockets, but it's very military camping type of bag.
It's got that tactard kind of vibe going on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
All black. You know how hard it was to find one of these that was not in camo?
Yes. Yeah. No, that's. I don't
you're
want
not a
one that's
camo
like,
kid?
I don't want one that's like olive drab.
I don't want to
or
lose the
whatever.
bag.
Yeah.
Such a dweeb.
So let's see. This biggest pocket back here,
Like
is where I
gamer camo would be like Doritos and Mountain Dew on the outside of it. That's
I just learned that Doritos are delicious, but Mountain Dew, one of the chemicals in it actually rots holes in your brain. They're releasing a study about it.
That sounds about right.
That's not.
I know it's not. Listen, I don't drink.
And no one
Mountain
was
Dew.
shocked. Yeah.
I don't drink that, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you just look at it's exactly the same color as antifreeze. That tells me what I need to know about it.
Yeah. I'll stick with my chamomile tea. Thank you.
In the largest pouch is where I got the books that we're going to be needing. It's got the player's handbook, DM guide, Xanathar's, Tasha's. I probably should keep my Monsters Multiverse in here too. And then whatever setting we're in. So it is not in the book bag right now, and I'll go grab it and throw it in here. I'll need my my Wild Mount book for the campaign we're playing. As far as stuff I'm running, it's all like one shot. So I have a 3-ring binder with the one shot information that I bought from places like Drive Through RPG. Print them out, throw them in the binder, and that's what we do for books.
When you say bought from Drive Through RPG, you mean like the PDFs that go with it?
Exactly. Yeah.
That
So
you
it was like
print out and,
one shot scenario PDFs. That's the groups that I'm playing with right now is all new players, which is fantastic for me.
Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, good.
And
good
and I just get to
Experiment.
Give them their first experience.
You have so many specimens to work with,
right? Yeah. And
so minor digression, but still related. And my question there is, when you put those those PDFs into the 3-ring binder, do you sheet protectors and put them in, or do you like 3-hole punch them or print them on 3-hole punch paper, or how do those go into the
my
binders?
personal preference? I got the sheet protectors. I just think it's easier. Are you
sure you don't put them in a manila folder?
Nothing wrong with the classic manila folder, Josie. That's definitely.
That's not the problem. Within this manila folder, I have my character sheets, all handwritten. Like, I didn't use character sheets. It's handwritten, and I don't need to bring the book anywhere with me because I wrote out all of my spells and all of the things on my. I'm just trash for handwriting things on graph paper.
Nothing wrong with that.
Drives everybody
I've seen
else
your handwriting
crazy.
though. It's your handwriting is like psychopathic perfect.
Thank you.
So like, thanks,
I spent $120,000 on a degree that says my handwriting is good.
Nice. So that works for you. You see my handwriting and it is awful. So everything.
What's the padding on that thing like? Is there like a pad on the back between your back
on the back
and
of it? Yeah.
Is it a thing you could carry a laptop in if you wanted to or something?
Oh yeah. There is no in this particular bag. There's no separate like laptop section, so I just put that in with the books. So laptop, iPad, whatever I feel like bringing. I do bring both. iPad or laptop for like bigger notes and like more intense stuff, and then the iPad. I have a couple of apps that we're going to talk about in a little bit. So some of them are a little more fun than others.
Excellent.
So that's the big
One
pouch.
of them's just Notepad.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I know I'm not.
No, we use.
So when you say there's the two pockets there, are those separate zippered compartments, or is that like
and
like
they're both,
one zipper
both like
but two compartments separate?
Two separate zippers.
Got it. Okay.
And one is significantly bigger than the other. But one can fit like if you were doing, let's say like D&D size books, so you probably fit like 2, 3 in the smaller one and like 5 or 6 in the bigger one.
Have you stress tested these bags? Do you know how much weight it can hold?
No, because I have only gone from my office where I keep all my books to my dining room where I play with my books. So
okay. Fair. I'm gonna show back up at your house and fill it with bricks and see how many bricks it can hold.
Go ahead. So your book needs more better than I do. If a handful of books is enough for you to play a game, then this should be fine. You shouldn't really need more than like player's handbook, DM guide, maybe a monster manual if you're kind of like throwing stuff out there, but like you maybe might have your monsters already picked out and have them printed.
And for a lot of folks, if you're using like something out of like Tasha's or Xanathars or something like that, you usually get away with just having the page or two that you need for your whatever your subclass or obscure splat book race that you're using, as opposed to lugging that whole book around with you.
I probably don't need to carry Tasha's with me.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're just a very analog group. We like the tactile sensation of the actual physical book, but most of the stuff, realistically, you could just...
I have 3 copies of Tasha's now, so like I might as well just keep one in the backpack.
Yeah, that's fair. But like a lot of these things, if you use like D&D Beyond or something and you've shelled out money for digital copies, you just put the laptop in there and then your binder full of
exactly.
pages and things.
So like your quick references, like your monsters and stuff, that can all be searchable PDFs that you can get from like D&D Beyond and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and the flip side of that is there is no bag that is protective enough that you're going to bring your limited edition covers with you out of the house or anything like that.
Those are in a glass case
as
protected
much
by
as
lasers.
As much as I want to flex.
That's the challenge, isn't it? It's like I want people to see that I have these, but I don't want to risk anything possibly happening to them. Yeah,
they're on my shelf behind me, and I'm still kind of redoing the studio in the office so that they show up better on video. But
that's the like as a lifetime former, I guess, comic book collector, that was always the issue with that.
Yep.
It's like I have all this stuff, but I how do I tell people I have it?
That being said, the only alternate art book that I really want for my collection to get the ones that I feel like I need to have, I need a Xanathars.
Oh, the Xanathars are so cool. That
I know, but I don't have one.
The shiny beholders with the whatever, like the fish and stuff, is so awesome.
But I have the
that's my favorite of the alt covers.
I have the alt core set. I have an alt Tasha's. I have an alt Mordekainen. But I don't have a Xanathar.
Our D&D biblioporn section, folks. Sorry about that. A little digression.
Fizzbands too. That's a good alternate cover. That's the first one. All right. So in the slightly smaller pouch, I have a dice tower that's probably way too big, but I love this thing. It's like take up the whole screen here. It's like, and we'll have a link to this one too, because I definitely got this on Amazon. It's kind of leathery. It's very boxy, pretty heavy.
Definitely very rectangular.
Yes. The tower in here is actually pretty big, but it also holds like 4 sets of dice.
Is it foldable, or is it one of those like breakdown towers that you put it together new when you put it?
So
it's sexy. Is what it is.
The tower itself, and I think Josie, you saw this in person when you were here.
Yes, I did.
The tower itself is like kind of like snaps together, but it's like it stays together.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, skinny little thing.
There.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
that's really neat.
And
you've got it's got a little dice tray down on the end.
Like
that's suave.
It's leather. It's felt, but it's like hard.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, holds a 4 sets of dice. So like I could travel with just this.
That's pretty suave.
I do travel with a second pouch of other dice. I just found a pouch of like my favorite dice from like 2 moves ago. I thought they were gone. I thought we lost them in the move. So I got other dice that I like. Now I have like too many dice that I like.
No such thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous. But I've been giving them away to my players.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I'm a goblin. I collect the clacky rocks. I want to give them away.
A lot of them are just like, oh, I don't have books. I'm like, you really don't need them. You just kind of need enough to get going, and I'll help you out from there. Like, I don't have dice. I'm like, I would be honored.
Oh, don't worry, kid. First one's on me. Here you go.
Yeah.
No, just come back to me if you want more.
There's the pusher angle, which I'm not going to deny. But on the other hand, it's like, and I honestly would be honored to gift you your first set of dice. Come play a game with me.
Yeah,
I will bribe you to play games with me. I don't care. Yeah. I like a leather pad folio in here. Yeah, any notebook would work, but let's make it look nice. And I probably stole this from Walmart when I was 14. So who knows?
Which we definitely condone.
Not legal advice. In fact, it is probably specifically illegal advice. Let's see some other fun things in the smaller pouches, so we can fit this is a tablet stand, so that when I do have the iPad in front of me, it can stay facing me. That was a little big for my taste, but it's good. I could probably do for a smaller one. Let's see, bag of dice. So we'll get to the iPad in a second, but the last thing in here is a Bluetooth speaker. If you're the type of DM that likes to add music and ambience to your games. And if you're not, I have iPad apps that will make you want to do it. This particular one is the JBL Go 3. It's like $40. It's small. It's flat-ish. That fits in the bag pretty nicely. I had another one that I liked, but it was like very round and didn't fit in the bag quite nicely.
Is that batteries, or you plug it in to recharge it?
It's rechargeable. Yeah, so that's the Bluetooth speaker, and we have a link to that one as well. I got this in a nice little pink.
What do you put in there for writing implements? You got a couple pencils, couple pens, anything you recommend? This is he
actually just pricks his finger and writes with his own blood.
There's like 2 pens in there. I got the folio.
Okay, edgelord.
Right.
Every campaign has one. Don't at me.
Like I have a couple of friends that are like jet pens crazy, that have like spent more on 3 or 4 writing implements than they have on like everything else they own.
I love and appreciate good pens, but I am just as happy with the what they call the Go gels.
Like a nice Pilot gel pen.
Pilot G2.
I have to be chaperoned going into the stationery stores because I've been lusting after like a 70-pound fountain pen for months, and I don't realistically have the money to be just dropping on a pen.
Keep her out of papyrus.
Yeah. Elliot and Ginny follow me into stores and grab me by both arms and drag me kicking, screaming, and foaming at the mouth.
I love a good heavy pen, but after you lose one, you just kind of stop caring.
Yeah, sure, makes sense to me. Yeah.
So I'm just as happy with like Pilot G2s, and that's probably exactly what I have in here. It's exactly what I have in there.
Do you have a separate pocket for those? Do you put them in a little zipper thing, or they just kind of get tossed in one of the side pockets?
The smallest pouch is the one that also has like the dice bag and the Bluetooth speaker, so the pens just live in there.
Okay, cool.
Actually,
but the big question, Jason,
the slightly larger bag pouch only has the iPad tablet in there, so that's like good for other stuff.
Sure.
Which pouch is for the snacks?
Yeah, I think
all of them.
This is the heart of the matter.
This is how you
whatever free space there is.
Yeah, this is how you insulate it. So you insulate it against impact with
those
with
Old
snacks.
Bay goldfish. I haven't stopped thinking about since I got.
Okay, can we just
here.
like turn this into an Old Bay goldfish podcast for a second here?
Yes,
because those are the greatest things I ever had.
Oh, they were so good, and I basically was just eating the crumbs.
So what does it? Explain this to me now, since I was not present.
You're familiar with goldfish, as in I love fishes because they're so delicious.
The snack that smiles back.
Okay.
They're covered in Old Bay seasoning.
That's
You're from New
Oh,
England.
Jim,
You're
it's
from New
so good.
You had my interest, but now you have my attention.
you got your roots in New England, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So just put that together.
So it's like regular cheddar goldfish, but with the Old Bay seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
pretty
sounds
much,
yeah. That sounds like something you
bag of those
stop
things.
eating because they're gone.
Yeah,
that was exactly what stopped me from eating them.
I found that
licking the inside of the bag and stuff.
I found that taking like a good healthy handful of them and throwing them in a bowl of like mac and cheese was just like the greatest thing I've ever done to myself.
Dear. Yes, yep. Add a little crunch, yeah.
So
bake them right on top.
If we can, I'll put an affiliate link to Old Bay Goldfish in the show notes too. Why not? Because I think that's where we got
if you
it
buy them,
from.
please send us a picture. I need to live vicariously through you.
And I think they're buy two, get one free at some of these places. So like if you want to send us your free bag, that'd be great.
Mail, no. Fuck you, Jason. Send them to me in England where they don't exist.
I'm going to a house con this weekend, so now I got to try and find a couple of bags so that I can be the hero when I show up with these things.
Jim, I need you to know something.
Buy two, get one free. So buy
You're
6.
always the hero.
No, that's yeah. Let me tell you something, Cap. Yeah.
Okay, back to D&D.
My secret.
So we'll do a whole episode on iPad apps for Dungeon Masters. So I'm just going to give like the real quick overview of the ones that I'm using. Obviously, there's the D&D Beyond app, which if you have books and stuff through them, you can reference everything that way, which is a very nicely put together way of referencing and searchable all the stuff that you need to find in a book. Of course, physical pages look and feel great, and you can put your bookmarks in them. But if you need to look up something that you didn't expect to look up, you can search it really easily with this. There's an initiative tracker app that I'll use called Initrax. That's very simple, but it works. There's an app called Spells that tells you exactly what you would think. But the coolest one here, and this one's called DMDJ. Have you heard of this?
I don't use any music in my games, and I have sensor, I have just enough kind of like sensory processing stuff going on that if there's background music, it makes it hard for me to concentrate like on what's going on instead of on that.
Okay,
and so
totally fair.
I tend to avoid it. But
I showed up to a session with a ukulele for my bard.
Oh my God! All I can think of is that scene with John Belushi in Animal House.
Yeah,
just taking the guy's guitar and just
smashing it.
I walked in the house and were like, "What is that?" I was like, "You'll see. You're gonna find out." And I know like 2 songs on the ukulele.
All right, so I like music in an IRL game. I think it helps with immersion. There's all kinds of reasons for it. So there's an app called DMDJ that I really, really liked. You get to pick your environment, your intensity level, whether or not there's sound effects on top of that. You can kind of make scenes for it that you can recall pretty easily.
Oh, so that's kind of cool. Where you can
do
you have like the combat is starting now button or something like that, or how does that work?
Well, there's a combat button. There's like 3 different combat music. One is like has like magic sounds in it, like it's like a mage battle. Another one is like a whole bunch of like swords like crusades. And
Flash
then there's
steel sort of stuff, yeah.
And then there's intensity level, low, medium, high. So you like when it starts out, you put it on low, and then at the climax you hit high. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there. But then I can save. Like I have one that's just for like traveling through a forest by horseback, and it's like a very calm music where you can do a lot of like it's very backgroundy. You can do a lot of role playing over it, and there's the horse hoof clopping, and it's just that one extra step of immersion.
Yeah, and that's interesting because like I have not played in a game where the tech is that good and that like customizable for what's going on in the game.
Sure,
it's mostly just like whatever the stereo in the room is playing, the Lord of the Rings soundtrack or something like that, and that can get a little
be distracting if it's not made for it. Maybe this might change your mind. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'd love to try it sometime.
So this app's called DMDJ, and there's a similar one that is in beta test right now. That you have to. There's an app called Test Flight that lets you do beta testing, and this one's called Pocket Bard. It's kind of the same thing.
Bard.
Is that a bard in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
It's both.
It's kind of the same thing, very similar concept. I like some of the direction that they're going with it. and it's still very much in beta. It's very incomplete right now, so I will be watching that one very carefully, and will probably be using both in my games. So,
you know what? I had one other question about your bag in particular. I know you said that you just use it for kind of carrying stuff from your bedroom into the living room. So this may not be a consideration.
Because I DM at my own house, but this also does go with me as a player to friends' houses.
Okay, cool. So then I play at a lot of conventions, and so I'm lugging stuff around kind of all day. And one of the things that can be a consideration for that is like a way to carry a beverage around. Does it have like one of those slots for putting a water bottle into or something like that? Or
there is on this particular one, no. But there is a lot of like loops.
Do you have a water bottle with
like that one of those? Yeah, if you've got like one of those clean canteens that's got a little hook thing on it, you do the carabiner and hang it off of there.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
So
that flies.
That's cool. Yeah, this is like very common in like military bags where it's like it almost looks like it's woven but like loose. Is that kind of
sure. Yeah,
I'm trying to explain what something looks like from what is essentially a radio show.
A lot of them will have a little side pocket you can slide a water bottle into, something like that.
Not so much this one. But you can clip a lot of things. I mean, like there's a lot of loops on here. You can clip.
And the other thing that I'm curious about is I try to like when I'm buying stuff like that, I personally want to avoid having any leather in it. Is that an all like cloth bag, or is there any leather components to it?
No leather. Looks all canvasy.
Sweet. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I'm looking for.
Yep. And again, because it's a military bag, this has like the clips that'll go around the front. That'll take some of the weight off your back.
Nice,
there.
Sure, like a waist belt. Yeah.
Yep.
Like a waist strap.
So if you're going over convention for several days, and that could be an extra level of security too, as people have to unclip things from the front of you if they want to steal it off the back of you.
Just dragging you around by the waist.
Oh my God, I was hanging out with a kid that had like a single strap, like across the chest backpack, but it was Velcro.
Yep.
So we were constantly yanking it off of him.
Oh, just for okay.
Just be like, hey, rip, and then start running.
It's not thieves; it's your douchebag friends that you
exactly.
Well, I was
against. Yeah,
I was a Magic judge for years, and not a big event.
Yeah,
backpacks going missing all the time.
Yeah,
backpacks missing was an issue we dealt with a lot. And when a bag full of Magic cards, especially at like a vintage event, goes missing, that's tens of thousands of dollars.
That's felony territory.
Yeah, and like that's we gotta get the police involved, and we have to explain to the police like what these things are worth and why it's a big deal, and this isn't just some kid's game, but that's a whole nother thing. I thought it'd be kind of cool to just kind of go through what I bring to these games today.
Thank you for emptying your bag on our behalf.
Yeah, now I gotta put all this shit away, so thanks guys.
Yeah, anytime. Listen, the second I see those goldfish, I'm coming in for the kill.
Yes.
And that'll be one less thing you got to put away.
So I want to hear from, especially DMs, but I want to hear from players that have like their grab and go, like their bug out game bag. But DMs, especially if you have stuff that is bigger than a backpack. The last game that I went to that had like a serious DM, he had like totes and totes of like, what are those desktop like they're like magnets that click in together, like it's like a desktop mapping thing. Dwarven Forge is at the company.
Yes, yep.
He had a ton of those.
There's all you can get whole like you buy like a rolling craftsman toolkit that you like kit out for all your D&D stuff and everything. That's getting hardcore.
Going through his bag would take several episodes, but he was awesome. He was really, really good.
But in all seriousness, I mean, I am looking for one. So if folks have recommendations, they're like, you can't go wrong with this. Send those along. I'm happy to see them, and whatever. Include your affiliate link. I'll get you a couple of bucks when I finally buy it.
I will. I'm going to send you those links anyway because you have to put them in the show notes. And this episode is going to come out later tonight. So chop chop, Jim. No, this is the guy who didn't edit Horror Story last weekend. So, what am I going to do? That's all I got. Go find us at curmudgeonsanddragons.com. That's really all I got coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to go off and be mad somewhere.
I got a couple ideas in the works, but nothing coming out just yet to announce. So you can find me at Jason Portizo on Instagram. Josie is at Goblin Scratches on Twitter. Jim is at Jim Likes Games on all sorts of things. and Greg's at home.
Greg's on vacation.
Greg is the opposite of being at home. He's on vacation.
Greg is exactly as famous as he wants to be.
Greg said he can go off in the. Greg can go off in the woods and no one will ever find him.
Greg described his vacation as being at the beach, and like, to me, that is like, okay, so give me a call when you get back. He's like, cool, but that'll be like Saturday.
Yeah,
like we have different definitions of being at the beach.
His family's a bunch of mountain people. When they go to the beach, they go to the beach.
All right, well, they can have it. Guys, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.
All right, take it easy.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to Curmudgeons and Dragons. Please share this with your favorite adventurers. Leave a review on Apple and follow us on social media. All links can be found at curmudgeonsanddragons.com. Practice safe adventuring, my friends.
This has been a JTP Audio podcast. Thanks for listening.